right, let's get started then. Okay, so how often do you write with a pen?
With a pen, I would say at least 3 times a week. I've mostly transferred my writing all to digital, so it's very hard to see me holding a pen or any other writing instrument.
Okay, so you mainly type nowadays?
Yes, I only type. Or text. That's a lot more convenient to write down my ideas or send messages. Yes.
Okay. When you do write by hand, is your handwriting easy for other people to read?
I would say it is legible, but not neat. It's at a very weird intersection, I'd say, where it's like, I guess it's legible, but I wouldn't really be first place in best handwriting competitions.
Okay, so it's readable, but not the best.
Yes.
I see. All right. Do you like to receive cards with handwritten words?
I do like to receive cards with handwritten words. I feel like that adds a bit of personality whenever you receive something, a gift like that. And I think I try to write handwritten notes for my whenever I put in gifts or messages or cards, and I feel like that really does add a little bit extra.
Okay, great. Can we tell someone's personality from his or her handwriting?
I believe so, yes. If it's very neat, very clean, very organized, you can really tell that person put a lot of time and effort into making sure that their message is clear, that they are a very organized person. But on the other hand, if it is messy and scribbled, then we can probably infer that maybe the person has a lot of other thoughts or needs to go through things very quickly, and that results in handwriting being messy and not being easy to read.
I see, okay. And what is the difference between writing with a pen and typing on a computer?
I believe the difference is accessibility. It is whatever you have at the moment right now. If you have a pen and you have ideas, or if you have things you need to write, then I believe that taking out the pen would be faster. But on the other hand, if you are sitting at a computer, or if you need to send an email to your boss, those types of situations, a computer and its accessibility would be more important.
Okay, great. All right, that is the end of your part 1.
All right.
So let's move on to part 2. You will have 1 minute to prepare your answer, and your question is to describe a person who often helps others.
Alrighty, sounds great.
All right, that is your
All
1
right.
minute. So now you have 2 minutes to describe a person who often helps others.
Alrighty. I'd say a person that often helps others is someone with, first, a lot of responsibility. They know their position and they know how and what they can do in order to help people. And I think having responsibility comes with an impartial mind, being able to see a lot of different perspectives, and without giving partiality, without giving favoritism to any of the situations. And I feel like a good example of a person who I described is my friend. We met in the military, and he was often the one to solve disputes, to solve conflicts within our friend group. I am not a very outgoing person, so I'm very thankful for him that he was able to help me through that and able to give me support whenever we had problems. As for why I feel like he helped me? Well, it's mostly because of friendship, I believe. We're friends. So if he needs help, I go to help him. And if I need help, he comes to help me. And I feel like building that relationship is what is truly the cause of like why we help people. And how do I feel about this person? I feel nothing but the utmost gratefulness, and because I do feel like without him, my military career would have been a lot harder than it was.
All right. Okay, so I'm really happy that you met such a nice and supportive friend who could help you during that hard time.
Me too.
He sounds like a great person.
He is.
Okay, wonderful. So now let's get on to part 3.
All right.
All right. Why are some people willing to help others?
Why are some people willing to help others? Well, I do believe that, again, it's that relationship that they've built over the years. If you're more likely to help someone that you know than someone on the street, right? It's a very sad truth, but when people they ask for help on the street, a lot of people turn a blind eye because, simply put, they don't know the person. It doesn't affect their own personal life. It's very selfish in a way, but it's unfortunately true. I do try to help people whenever, like just strangers, because I do understand their position. I understand that relationship, that situation that they are in. So, for example, if someone is lost and needs directions, I've been there before. I understand how that feels. So I always try to tend to help them. But most people, again, they don't have that thought. They don't have that, oh, this doesn't directly impact me, so therefore I won't help them. Yes, I do believe that that is a core reason why.
Okay, great. And in what kinds of professions do people help others more?
I believe more service jobs like firefighters, policemen. Those types of people are willing to always help others, and well, that's the easy answer, but I do feel like a more intricate answer, I'd say, more deeper answer than just firefighters and policemen is, I do feel like really lawyers need more credit than what they normally get. Being able to help a family through legal trouble, being able to help an individual through like bankruptcy, through hard times, is something really a lawyer can do, and I feel like that is an underrated statement of the job.
Okay, so who should teach children to help others, parents or teachers?
I do feel like parents should be the upfront with their teaching, especially regards to young children. I do believe that the parents should set a good role model. They should set a good example for the children to learn, and the teachers should be more of like guiders, like general direction. They point them towards the general direction, but the parents should be the one to really get in, really teach them the intricacies of what's right, what's wrong, how to help people, when should you help people, and I feel like that isn't something you learn out of school.
Okay, I see. And now for your final question, do people nowadays help others more than in the past?
I do believe people help others more currently in the present than in the past. If you look at the internet, if you type up any problem you may have, whether it be skin problems or whether you have a car issue, if you search up the problem online, there's always a forum, there's always an article written by people to help other people. The fact that we live in this digital era where we can have the access to search for anything, directly impacts how people help others, and it creates a lot more opportunities for people to more engage with others across the world. Yes. So yeah, I do believe that in this digital era, we are able to help more than before.
Okay, great. All right, so that is everything for your IELTS speaking test.
Alrighty.
Now let's get on to the feedback section of your test.
Sure.
Okay, so you did a lot of things really, really well.
Okay.
I found you to be very eloquent and well-spoken.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And your answers were well structured. So you kind of went with the main point or topic sentence, and then you got into your like deeper thoughts or explanations and examples, and you usually concluded your answer pretty smoothly.
Alright.
Yeah. Your pronunciation and your accent is also native level, to be honest.
Yes.
Yes.
I've heard that a lot.
Yes. It's indistinguishable actually from a native speaker. So that was really great. You also used a lot of expressions and idioms. So when I say expressions, I mean like things to make your speech sound more smooth. So you often said like, I would say, or on the other hand, things like that, to kind of make your speech flow more and to add to, you know, understandability and coherence. So that was wonderful. You also used a lot of like higher level vocabularies. So you talked about your writing being legible, and you also talked about a person who helps others having an impartial mind, things like that. Yeah. There were one or two little tiny slips,
Yes.
like favoritism to situations. So should have been favoritism in situations, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, like native speakers also make those little mistakes from time to time, and they were very negligible. Okay, so overall, I would say you did an excellent job, and I would give you a score of 9 on the IELTS speaking test.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.